This is Aotea, also known to the Pakeha as Great Barrier Island. Population 852. The National Compendium of Geographical Statistics tell us that it is roughly 285 kilometres squared, mostly covered in native bush. Regenerating forest areas are comprised of Kanuka and Manuka, collectively known as tea tree, and highly prized by honeybees. Aotea is the sixth largest island of New Zealand and is home to 700 of the last of the Patiki, New Zealand's rarest duck. There's an approximate 3:1 cow to person ratio and around 211 bridges on the island. Also, some of the facts asserted in this film may not be entirely true. Bicycles are one of the most convenient ways of getting around the island. The Road Code and Summary of Traffic Regulations, 1936, tell us that every bicycle must be equipped with an efficient brake operating on the rear wheel, a warning bell and a rear red lamp or a rear warning reflector of an officially approved make and type. Although my brother's bicycle barely fulfills one of these regulations, at least he wears a helmet. There are a number of imaginatively painted small bus stops conveniently dotted up and down the island. Unfortunately, no matter how long you wait, there is no bus. My uncle taught us to fish when we first moved out to New Zealand. I remember when we were sitting off the edge of the boat and something big began tugging on my line. I was amazed at my fishing prowess until I realised that he had swum under the boat and was pulling on mine and my brother's lines. It's very easy to make your way out into the bush, get lost in it, and completely forget about civilization. They taught us in primary school that if you were ever lost in the bush, to turn over a silver fern and point it in the direction you went. That way, anyone looking could follow your path and find you. When I was little, I used to crawl through the bush and pretend I was an intrepid explorer. I would make up imaginary wild creatures to match the strange bird calls that echo through the bush. My friends and I return back and climb Mount Hobson every year, but still can't quite shake the feeling that I haven't discovered everything hidden inside just yet. The history of the island is a relatively short one. Polynesian people settled here around 700 years ago, and the Pakeha arrived in pursuit of whales in the 18th century, and never left. Over 30 shipwrecks have been documented here, but none that intrigued me as much as the SS Wairarapa. About 8 minutes past midnight on the 29th of October 1894, a ferocious storm dashed an Auckland-bound luxury steamship, the SS Wairarapa, onto the rocks at the northernmost tip of the island. The captain has been blamed for his wildly wrong navigation, and the ship was torn apart. 140 souls perished. The community of Ngāti Māori gave shelter to those who survived. Bodies washed up along the east and west coast beaches, and many were buried where they lay. These small graveyards make a peaceful place of rest, as visitors are few and far between. I like to go say hi some days. Small children inhabit the shallow pools left by the outgoing tide, but adolescents swim out as far as they dare, perhaps naive and trusting the water to which they have become so accustomed. There is something peaceful and slow about life here, despite the cacophony of birdsong that wake me every morning. The morning is the period of new mental creation, of clear conceptions and exalted ideas. Never does a man enjoy the sensation of his own existence so purely, and in so great perfection as on a beautiful island morning. It might be true of islands everywhere, but everything on Aotea seems to coax you into slowing everything down.